Welcome, guys. Today we're going to be doing a salad that was inspired by my last trip to New York, my only trip to New York so far. Went with the family, took them a couple summers ago, and had the privilege of going to Butter in New York City. That's Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli's stand off brick and mortar restaurant. Very good. One of the best meals I've ever had, probably without a lie. So she had this watermelon salad, and that was on our menu seasonally. Obviously, we're not quite there yet in Fraser Valley to make these guys, but we happen to pick these up at the grocery store. And I thought because summer's really close and it's just around the corner, like a month away, and we're going to be having all these beautiful bounties at our doorstep soon. So we've got some variety of cherry tomatoes, little gem tomatoes here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple varieties of these tomatoes. These are just basically peeled and cold now, so we just took the skin off of them and left them intact. We're going to do some radish, thinly shaved radish and ice, crisp them up really thin. These are going to be charred, which I'll show you guys later, just kind of like a brulee style half tomato. We're going to make an avocado mousse. We're going to fry up some mint leaves for some texture. And we're going to cube some watermelon, and that's it. Simple ingredients, guys. The mousse, all we're going to do with the mousse is just basically run through a food processor with a little bit of heavy cream, some lime juice, and some white pepper. That's it. If you're dairy lactose intolerant, you can use oil instead of cream to get your mousse going. Super light, super. Follow them on social. That's their handle right there, at Eden West Gourmet. Beautiful retail shop. They have lots of cool new things that you're not going to find in your average store or market. Things like that. So again, we're going to do some online classes, so keep tuned. On Bright, we don't want to muddle it with too many different flavor profiles, guys. We want the stars of this dish to stand out. So again, I'm not adding a lot of aromatic seasonings here. I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to finish it with this beautiful cherry balsamic vinegar that we can get at Eden West Gourmet Foods in Port Moody. That's where I picked it up. That's where we're going to be doing my cooking classes when this COVID-19 thing is over. But for now, we're going to be doing online cooking classes at Eden West, guys. So over Zoom. It's about a third of the price as a live in-person cooking class, so it's something you guys might be able to get a lot of value out of. So follow them. Thank you, Patricia, at Chef and Company Canada for these tweezers and my beautiful aprons that I get to model every week. They're super comfortable, guys. My chef buddies, if you're watching, support her. She's giving them away pretty much right now. Buy one, get one free. Awesome deal. These are $80 aprons. Seize the day. Follow her handle at Chef and Company Canada. Great businesswoman, super kind, compassionate. She's doing a lot for the community, and we need to support our people in our industry right now any way we can. So guys, I encourage you to do her solid and grab a couple of aprons. Why not? We're gonna start by working with the watermelon here, okay? So we're just going to basically render this down into cubes. Okay, nice uniform cubes, okay? That's the first step. To do this much simpler, way less to it. What I have here is some simple syrup. This is just equal parts sugar to water, guys. Boiled down so the sugar dissolves, and I've added in some julienne mint to infuse the simple syrup. And what we're gonna do is we're cool that down overnight, and I'll show you a simple, really simple application. It's a great way to start your day breakfast. It's just fresh watermelon with simple syrup and some fresh mint on top of it. Guys, neither here or nor there. We're gonna do that later. So right now we're just going to essentially work this watermelon down, break it down, then we're gonna cube it up. This is seedless, guys, which is what you want. You don't want to get the big guys with the black seeds in it. It's a lot of work. You're gonna have to end up digging out a lot of seeds, so what you're gonna be left with is the body of the watermelon will be all choppy and not easy to do what we're gonna do, which is I'm gonna show you in a bit here. So it's very important you have a seedless watermelon, that your cubes, when you do cut your cubes, they're super square, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a little teaspoon. We're gonna create a little crater in it, and that's what we're gonna fill. We're gonna fill the avocado mousse into the watermelon. So it's gonna trim off a bit of the rind here. And again, we wanna create nice, even, flat surface here. So you gotta cut a little bit more off than normal, that's okay. Okay, so there we go. Ready to rock, ready to get our cubes going. Okay, so sizing can vary for you guys, but I like to go a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're gonna go about 1 inch. And try to make it as flat as possible, guys. And then from here, you wanna just make perfect little squares, okay? So you're gonna have a bit of, waste, that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna make nice little perfectly uniform cubes, guys. So about 1 inch by 1 inch, really, we're rolling with here, okay? That's for a presentation standpoint, okay? If you're not that picky about presenting, then no, it can be ununiform. But for a visual standpoint, we want to, people eat the rice first, right, guys? So we want to make sure that what we put in front of them is visually appealing. And with something that looks sloppy, they're going to automatically think it tastes sloppy, okay? That's just restaurant culinary commons. Okay, so see, we're pretty good uniform there. So same thing, guys. And again, if you're working with a big watermelon, that's okay too. But what you do want to avoid are the black seeds. You can't eat them. These are somewhat edible, right? They're not that, it's not riddled with a lot of them. It's not too bad. So if you do get the odd one, not the end of the world, okay? So a couple more cubes here. And you know what you can do with the leftover watermelons? You can throw it in your blender and make a nice little watermelon smoothie out of it. Throw some coconut milk in there even if you want, right? So lots of uses. Okay, so I take this down a little. See how we're kind of, I want it nice and flush. I'm just going to take a little bit off the bottom here just to get it symmetrical. So again, I'm getting picky here, but nice and flush. So from here, we're going to get out our measuring spoons. If you have a melon baller, you can use that too. A melon baller is simply a set of measuring spoons with a bigger one on one end and a smaller one on the other end. But this works fine too. And this is actually better because based on how big you cut your watermelon cubes, you're going to need to match their size up. Because again, guys, what we're doing is creating a little crater to put the avocado mousse in. So I'm going to go with my smallest one, which is about exactly an eighth of a teaspoon, okay? If you're dealing with a big, you can do this actually as a single serve too. You could carve out one big watermelon square, family style, scoop out one big bowl, put the mousse in, away you go. It's just an alternative. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this guy and we are just going to start by cutting in and just working it around. Okay, let the tool do the work. That's it. So you have a nice little crater like that, okay? And again, into the waste pile, clean as you go, okay? Clean working surface, guys. Don't have shit lying around your cutting board. Not only is it unsanitary, but it's messy and you will forget things, okay? So nice and clean. Again, if it's not perfectly in the middle, that's okay. But see how I'm using an eighth of a teaspoon, guys? And it's exactly what we want here. So just carving out holes, easy peasy. All things you have, you can find every day in the grocery store. Don't be doing this in the fall, winter, obviously. But, you know, when spring starts coming around, tailing into summer, or heading into summer, I should say. Beautiful. Farmers markets, guys, you to go there first. Find the bulk of your produce there. Other objects, like pastas, grains, bread, you can't find those. Okay, so here we go. So we got our watermelons all cubed out. Okay, now we're gonna do our avocado mousse. So what we're doing here, guys, is really simple. Again, do this with a food processor. You can't puree it, it's not gonna work. You'll be here forever doing that. Nothing too crazy here. You don't have to cube it first. The processor will do the work, as we will see. So again, this is just, we're really making this light and airy, guys. And then we're gonna pipe it into the crevices we just made in the watermelon. In a little bit of lime juice. Lime juice does two things, guys. Helps break down the avocado, keeps it from turning brown. If you have avocado sitting out at room temperature, it's gonna go brown. Over time, it's gonna oxidize. Acid, lime juice, lemon juice prevents that from happening. You can do a little bit more. Lightens it up a bit, okay? A bit of white pepper for seasoning. Just a little bit. White pepper's got a different flavor profile than black pepper. A little pine shear and then some Himalayan pink salt. And a little bit of cream, and then we're gonna let it rip. And again, guys, heavy cream, if you're lactose intolerant, you can use oil. Whatever oil you got. Gonna scrape down the sides here, guys. Little bit thick. Actually, it's pretty good. Got the right consistency. So if you guys end up, if it's too thick, add a little more cream. If it's too thin, add another avocado. Okay, but that's it. You don't. Once you get your, and again, taste it, guys. Once you have your lime juice in, your salt and your pepper, the seasoning's good. Yeah, like that's good. If you add more avocado, you're gonna have to add more seasoning. Otherwise, you're gonna mute the flavor down. So just make sure you guys are aware of that. If you add more product, adjust your seasoning every time. All right, gonna go one more time. Just mix it around a bit. Straight down the sides. We want it really ultra light, like a mousse. Okay, so we're gonna load the mousse into our squeeze bottle. You can use a piping bag too, guys. If you're working in large quantities, probably a little more effective, but a squeeze bottle is good too. I like a squeeze bottle, a little more accurate, easier to work with than a piping bag. If you're not used to working with piping bags, and it's a little intimidating. Okay, nice and easy, very pliable, no chunks, light, bright, vibrant green. That's the color we're looking for. Start adding too many things in there, you're gonna be taken away. And also another key point here, guys, is make sure your avocado's not bruised, beaten down. When you're buying avocados, you wanna be able to make a dent in it, okay? But it shouldn't be easy to make a dent, okay? And it shouldn't be hard, otherwise it's gonna be really hard to work with. So you gotta pick, and when you're going through the grocery store and you're trying to pick your avocados, guys, take your time, because they're either gonna be really hard just coming in, or they're gonna be sitting there for a few days and really soft, and you don't want either or. You want that perfect in between. So again, should be able to make a dent without putting too much pressure in, and they're probably not gonna be right. The next thing we're gonna do, shave some radishes, or not shave them, we're just gonna cut them. You can use a mandolin if you guys aren't confident.
How much cream did you use in the avocado puree?
How much what, sorry?
Cream.
I eyeballed it. So that was one avocado, and I would say a couple tablespoons of cream. And again, guys, just kind of use your eyesight. And again, you don't want it too thick. You don't want it too thin. Start light and then add. Maybe add a tablespoon of cream for one avocado, mix it up, and then kind of go from there. Radishes, we're going to put that in some ice water, and what that's going to do is crisp them up a bit. Favorite cooking, guys, you know, measurements, really, it's all about using your senses, right? Taste, touch, smell, visual. That's what savory cooking's about. When you start baking and getting into that kind of stuff, then for sure you gotta stick to your measurements. But the nice thing about this savory cooking here is there really is, if you find something and you nail it, like this mousse, and it's perfect, then yeah, maybe write it down if you want to be able to replicate it. But yeah, man, just like have fun with it. Start having to get all technical and write everything down, it kind of takes the fun away from it, I find. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're just getting that avocado mousse in there, okay? Putting it all the way in. You want to make sure you get it all the way in the bottom and then push it in, because when you cut through this with your fork, when your guests cut through this with your fork, you want to be able to make sure it's all the way in. So give it a good, make sure your product's all the way to the tip. You don't want any air in there. Perfect. Okay, so we got our radish crisping up here. Cucumbers, that's next. Okay, so the same concept is going to apply to the cucumbers, guys. We're going to use the melon baller here, or not a melon bar, but a teaspoon in this manner. It's going to carve out, hopefully this works with this. I haven't displaced my melon baller, so we're going to use this, okay? So essentially just coming in, again, this is a seedless, this is a baby, this is actually a Persian cucumber, to be specific. But you used to say it's the same concept as a baby cuke, okay? So you can eat the seeds, okay? So you're just gonna make cool little shapes like that. Make sure you're putting your thumb down so you're not lifting the skin up with it. So you want everything to be intact as much as you can, okay? Just little shapes, and again, the seeds, you can eat them, totally fine.
For your avocado mousse, what was the ingredients you used again?
We got white pepper, avocado, obviously. So I did one avocado, I would say maybe 3 tablespoons of heavy cream, white pepper, lime juice, and a bit of kosher salt. And you know, just eyeball it, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in there and start light. Always pull back a little bit when you guys are doing something. It's like seasoning, right? Once you over season, you can't pull away. So always start light with your seasoning. Taste it. Not good enough, add a little bit more until you're good. But season and taste, season and taste, season and taste. Don't just eyeball it and go, oh, it's probably good, because your guests will tell you otherwise. Your friends, your family, whoever's eating it, they will tell you if it's. And again, you can't pull back, guys. So always start light. You can always add more. not a big deal.
Is kosher salt and Himalayan salt, pink salt the same
They're
thing?
similar. They're similar. Himalayan pink salt, guys, is the most mineral-rich salt on the planet. That's why I use it. It also, it's not overly heavy. Iodized salt is used for totally different applications. It's not good for cooking. It's just different flavor profiles. Large flake salt, guys, used for garnishing. If you have it around, it's usually, so you got large flake salt, you got Himalayan pink salt, kosher salt, which is the main thing I use for cooking and sauces and whatnot. This is like the go-to guy, other than Himalayan pink. And then you have your iodized salt, right, which I kind of stay away from. And then you have large flake salt. This is from Vancouver Island Sea Salt, a local salt foragers, awesome company. So see how chunky that is? That's not something you cook with, right? This is something you put on top of a beautiful tenderloin after.
This is a label.
Great company, guys. Awesome product. Use it all the time. Support them too. It's fantastic. And then you have flavored salts too, right? You got bacon salts. I got kelp salt in there for seafood. So yeah, sky's the limit, guys. Avocado mousse into the watermelon. We got our cucumber all divvied up. Okay, we got a radish going. Go do some charred tomatoes here. This is the first part, guys. So I already have some laid out here. I'll just bring them over, but we'll do a couple. So basically all I did here, guys, is cut these little gem tomatoes in half, put some sugar on top, kind of like a brulee effect. And I got a little sugar here. I'll just show you what I mean by that. And if you don't have a torch, guys, don't sweat it. You can just get a really hot blackening skillet, really ripping hot, like smoking hot, a little bit of oil, cut them in half, and then put them on the skillet, piping hot. So all I did was just kind of dabbed it in sugar. Okay, again, you don't have to do this. And then if you have a torch, I'm just torching it. So I'm just kind of like, if you guys ever had creme brulee, same kind of concept here, except with the tomato, you have a bunch of liquid underneath, right? So, but you're just kind of, it's a way of torching a tomato, getting all that beautiful color. You're caramelizing the outside of the skin here and the top, adding a little bit of sweetness. Again, normally if you guys want to char tomatoes, you can do it over your barbecue, same kind of thing. It's flame, right? Open flame, but this is very quick and pinpoint and you can control it. See how the sugar's kind of caramelizing on top there? Just a neat little texture. So again, guys, you're shooting for different textures and qualities with the same ingredients. So I got the same product done ways. Okay, so that's what's fun about it, right? Get creative. So we have our, again, not concassé, but halfway concassé, meaning concassé, guys, removing the skin and the seeds from the tomato because the flesh is all the nutrients and all the good stuff. Seeds are bitter. They have no, when you're making a true tomato sauce, you want to remove all that stuff too. So we just kind of boiled them really quick, scored the skin on the top of the tomato, and then plunked them in boiling water for a few seconds, and then peeled them. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna fry up some mint leaves. So mint, again, mint goes well with watermelon, mint goes well with tomato, radish, all these flavors are gonna come together. We're gonna finish it with a quick white balsamic vinaigrette. Okay, so we're gonna go 2 parts white balsamic to 3 parts oil, and then we're gonna garnish it with cherry balsamic. So kind of a 1-2 punch of balsamic vinegar. Very tasty. White balsamic, guys, is quite a bit sweeter than straight up balsamic. It's very neat and very different. And the glazes are cool too. If you guys come across pre-made glazes, that saves you a lot of time. Essentially, it's just balsamic vinegar boiled down. That's quite amazing. Okay. More syrupy. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit runnier. So while the oil's heating up, we're gonna make our vinaigrette. Super easy, guys. And again, I'm not putting a lot into this. I want the flavors of the watermelon, the cucumber, the tomatoes to stand out. So I'm literally doing 3 parts oil. And again, I'm picking a neutral oil. Rapeseed oil is very neutral. You can use extra virgin olive oil too. Again, stay away from canola oil, guys, unless it's a GMO product that's certified and not your run-of-the-mill stuff. Because canola oil by nature is heavily processed. It's synthetic and very bad for you. But if you can find a clean organic product, then you can use it. But I just prefer rapeseed oil. So 3 parts oil. Don't need a whisk, don't need a blender. All you need is a container. And 1 part of this white balsamic vinegar. And we're gonna make it all come together on a plate, all pretty. So actually we're gonna put 2 parts. Real punchier. Wow. So 1 part, again, guys, to recap, 1 to 2 parts vinegar to 3 parts oil, depending on what you want to do, what you're eating, how you want the flavor to be. Okay. That's that. We're just gonna emulsify that. It's called a non-permanent, semi-permanent emulsification because once it's emulsified now, right? It's all blended, but give it time and the oil and vinegar will separate. That's why it's semi-permanent. emulsification. A permanent emulsification would be something like hollandaise sauce. Anything where you're adding water and an oil or a liquid and oil together and you're making it permanent. Beurre blanc would be another example. That's butter and white wine. Okay, heat this up, and then so what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna fry up some mint leaves really quick. Doesn't take long, and that's gonna be our garnish. And we'll put it all together. Simple. To do. Thank you for tuning in. As I mentioned earlier, before we got started here, we will be doing online courses for Eden West Fine Foods in Port Moody. Yeah, thank you for throwing their handle up. They're going to come in around $30 a class, and it's going to be a 2-hour class, guys, so extremely good value. Obviously, you can't eat the food, but you're going to learn how to do a full course meal. It could be 3-course meal, it could be a seminar on making mother sauces or braising meats or other techniques. So if you guys want to see something that you want to learn over Zoom while you're at home, they're going to run from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock every day except for Sunday. So yeah, throw me a shout out, let me know what you want to see, and I'll bring it over to Fine Folks at Eden West, and we'll make a menu and get it on. Well, while we're waiting for the oil to heat up, I want to show you guys this other application. We're going to cut up this other watermelon. This is a simple version. 3 ingredients. Simple syrup, watermelon, and mint. That's it. And this is a great thing to serve for brunch with a mimosa maybe, with your poached eggs. This is kind of like your starter fruit salad, but it's just watermelon. Everybody's having a good Monday, safe and sound, staying active, staying busy, learning these skills, enjoying the weather wherever you are. So again, we're trying to make nice square uniform cuts, same application as before. The oil in the pan, just for reference, guys, is grapeseed oil, but again, you can use extra virgin olive oil, something with a high smoking point. And by that I mean, at what point does the oil smoke? Is it 400 degrees? It's 200 degrees, right? So you want something with about a 400 degree smoking point. 350 is good too. So generally that's peanut oils, canola oils, which I try to avoid again, sunflower oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil is my fave. Peanut oil is great for frying, guys, like if you're doing like French fries or fish and chips or something like that. Peanut oil is top notch. Has like a 475 degree smoke point, which is hot. So it won't burn, which is great. One out here. Test the mint leaf out. Almost there. Okay. So same deal, guys. We're just gonna cut this into a nice big 1-inch cubes. You can go bigger, you can go smaller. It's just a good happy medium. This is something you can serve to your guests. Put a toothpick in it. Pass it around, or do it family style. You can just do it like that too. You can serve them like that. Yeah, so just put your cubes in there. And then again, you can use your scraps and blend it. It's a nice little rectangle there. Okay. From there, this is like kind of room temp. It's going to be cold. You guys want to make sure this is cold when you put it on. Okay. This is simple syrup. So again, simple syrup, guys, being equal parts sugar to water, and then just essentially put on the oven and boiled until the sugar melts and dissolves. Okay, so you don't need a lot. And then you put it in the fridge, and good thing. Okay, now we're just gonna garnish that simply with some Julienne and mint leaves. That's it, man. Super fresh. I wasn't kidding when I said simple. So we're just gonna roll up these leaves, guys. And just hit it with that fresh mint on top. And that's it. It's just simple watermelon with some fresh mint on top. And this is like, you put this out for your brunch service, and then bada bing, bada boom. Nice and tasty. Okay? That's the easy way. This next plate, we're gonna plate this up pretty quick here. Vinaigrette here. So again, this is just grapeseed oil, guys. Crisping up our a bit. Some basil too, guys. Any large fragrant leaf. It's just a textural thing. Fun stuff. We got a lot of sauce on the plate. You can hit it with salt if you want after, guys. Okay. Draining all the oil off. Don't need that on there. Okay. Go. Now we plate. That's the fun part. So I'm gonna anchor the watermelon with a bit more of the avocado mousse because usually people ask for more of it, right? So just gonna dab it random. Okay, so, and again, whatever you guys is cool, however you want to plate it, there's no right or wrong. Spread it out, be creative. Okay, and then we're gonna put some of our beautiful concassate heirlooms in there. Different colors going on here, lots of reds and oranges popping. Beans, beautiful. Okay, next up we got our charred tomatoes in there. Just kind of basically throwing them wherever you see fit again, guys. No right or wrong. Nobody's gonna judge. It's your creation. Okay. What else we got here? We got our cucumbers. Okay, so we'll just kind of get a few of these in the middle here. A couple on the out. Okay. Some radish here. Throw a couple of those in. So again, a little pepper punch here with the radish. So this is probably like a shareable salad for most people, guys. You can make it smaller, of course. Okay, then we got our vinaigrette. Throw a little, we're just gonna spoon some vinaigrette over it, guys. Just to kind of tie it all in. Just a little bit, okay? So make sure it's emulsified first, guys, before we add it. So we're just kind of going. And we got our cherry balsamic here. Which if you really want wow factor, put this on a white plate, guys. It'll be pretty cool. Okay, just a little bit there. And then we're gonna finish it off with our mint leaf garnish. Stand these guys up. They're very fragile, careful. Yeah, that's just one plating variation, guys. Did this a couple summers ago and it was different, a different plating. It did a circular pattern. That's the cool thing, guys. Have fun with it. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong. It's your art, it's your dish. Own it, be proud of it. You know, do it for the purpose of bringing joy to people's lives. That's what creating food's all about for me anyways. You know, when you cook that for somebody and they really appreciate it and enjoy it and it just light up their smile, it's all worth it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that dish. Moving forward, again, I mentioned Eden West Fine Food Gourmet, guys. If you're at home and you want some cooking classes, not just on Monday, talking Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, I understand not everybody's free on Mondays, then look them up, look their handle up. Jade's gonna pan over one more time so you guys can check it out. Again, on the board is also the ingredients for today, guys. If you want to reproduce this, all you need are those simple ingredients. If you're not sure on technique on a couple things, shoot me a DM, guys. I'll answer your questions, no problem. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to serve you guys. That's what this is all about. I want you guys to have some more knowledge so you're not so intimidated in the kitchen. You can get out and be creative and have fun and you know, make great stuff for your family and your loved ones. This is a free cooking class, obviously. There is no fee. The only fee is that I ask that you guys share my feed with everybody. I'm trying to grow my audience and serve more people, and I can only do that with your guys' help. So again, if you got value out of this and you think you could share this with somebody who benefit, by all means, just tag them on my feed, share this video with them, and that's it, guys. So thanks again for joining. In the meantime, guys, check out my Facebook page as well. There's different stuff on there, and look at the Eden West Gourmet Fine Food site and see what kind of classes we've got coming up down the pipeline. There's many other great chefs in there as well. Really top Vancouver chefs are all over the place. So we're all working together to bring great food to you. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of the week. Talk to you later.